All right, see if we can get a little something going on here. Should be in frame. All right, all right. Beautiful Saturday evening. Just want to take a few minutes to come on, go live on Facebook and share some information with folks. You know, I spent the greater part of this afternoon doing training. Got late in the afternoon. My man Steve, he's sitting over here, still here. And we were just exchanging ideas and talking about what it is that's important to, what it is that's important to most people that we talk to or we share this information with. So if you're looking at the title of this live, you're going to see the title of this Facebook Live is WIFM. And WIFM stands for WIFM. And you know, that's an old sales term, but it's applicable for why someone, if you're a guest watching this replay or watching it live, why you would even be interested in watching this information. And from the inside perspective, if you're in MyEcon, if you think in terms of WIFM, not for you, but for the person that you're talking to or trying to get interested in what we do, WIFM is an old sales term, stands for what's in it for me. So the person that you're talking to, wanting to pique their interest about our business, about what we do, how we're empowering people, all they care about with respect to the words that are coming out of our mouths is what's in it for them, not what's in it for you, not what you're so excited about, but what's in it for them to make them want to take some of their valuable time and listen. So again, if you're watching this replay and someone sent you this or requested you watch this and you're not a part of MyEcon, the personal financial success company, then I want you to look at this information from the perspective of what's in it for you. What value that may not already be present in your life can this opportunity bring? Now, from the personal finance perspective, the company's mission is to empower people with the tools they need to obtain personal financial success. And by the way, the company name I said is MyEcon, is short for My Economy. And we want people to understand that you have an economy. Your household income is an economy, and you're the CEO of that economy. Now, our company's been around for 13 years, so we've had a little bit of time behind us and on our belts teaching these concepts and empowering people to utilize these concepts. The company operates on a debt-free basis, so they're very good with their money, so they practice what they preach. We're technology-driven, so we rely heavily on technology from a webinar, a teleconference perspective, from video support. So all of our associates, 70,000+ around the country, have websites with back offices that are full with video training that allows them to grow and learn on their own pace from a variety of topics. So when we're looking at personal financial success, it's like you have to think, what are the two major objectives that most people have in America? And I believe that those two objectives are, one, to make enough money now during our working years. That's why we get the job, to make some money. That's why people start a business, to make some money. Not just for the purpose of making it, but for being able to take care of our families. So we're making money to be able to provide a quality lifestyle for ourselves, for our family. But I believe that no one wants to work for their entire lives till they can no longer physically move. At some point, I believe everyone has in their mind some period of time that they want to reach where they say, you know what? I don't want to have to leave my house if I don't want to. I don't want to have to come back home until I'm ready to. Now that's that second objective. Getting to a point in your life where you no longer have to go out and work, whether it's on a job or whether it's in a business, to be able to have your means come in and take care of your lifestyle. We call that financial independence or financial freedom years. Some people call that retirement. So With the two objectives being making enough money now, we're very, very good at that. We're taught how to do that. We're guided and mentored how to do that, whether it's from a go to get a tech trade or go to get college and get some skill sets and then use that degree to get a job. Well, now that leads us to the second objective. How do we go from the first objective where we're working for our money, whether it's $30,000 a year to $200,000 a year, to a point where we have it coming in, we're not working? The second objective is why it requires us to build assets. So what's in it for you might be, how do I build these assets? What are these assets that I have to build that's supposed to take care of me for the rest of my life when I decide I no longer want to work? So these assets are stocks, bonds, annuities, retirement accounts like your 401ks, your 403bs, your TSPs, real estate portfolios, residual-based businesses, businesses that you buy, build, and grow that you don't have to go into to make money from them. All of those assets that bring you income without you having to go to work. It comes in independent of you, i.e. financial independence. So those assets you have to build during your working years. Now, since I believe that the majority of Americans ideally want to reach that second objective, then if you're watching this for the first time and hearing about our company for the first time, second, third, or fourth time, what's in it for you that can help you get to that second objective that you don't already know, and strategies aren't already putting you in place to get you there? See, there are millions of Americans spanning back decades that have used traditional strategies and still have not been able to reach that. I mean, if we take a look at America and where we sit now, America is clearly the wealthiest country in the world. So what's in it for you might be, how can you get more of that wealth, more of that $100 trillion that's here in America that you may not be currently getting? Now, you can get as much of it as you want. It's just, what are you doing? What skill sets? What tools? What vehicles are you using to go about to get it? Are you using a vehicle that's getting you $30,000 a year, $100,000 a year? Or are you using vehicles like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, who combined have over $182 billion of that $100 trillion of wealth? So there's an unlimited amount of wealth for the typical person. Sure, I said $100 trillion, but realistically there's an unlimited amount of wealth for the typical person. But you have to understand, even though we're in the wealthiest country in the world, only 69% of Americans have $1,000 in their savings account. In the wealthiest country in the world. So I don't believe that in the wealthiest country in the world, the majority of Americans don't desire to have more of that. So what's in it for you may be, how can I get more of that $100 trillion in my accounts? So they say 68 million Americans have poor credit. That means a lot of the money that they have, they're spending it towards servicing debt because their credit score isn't high enough to get low interest rates. And that's hurting them from becoming financially independent. Because again, during our working years, we have to be building assets. And I'll talk a little bit about the knowledge that the masses have, or the lack thereof specific to finance and money, that are not allowing them to reach those goals. And it's systemic. See, it's just not one category of people, one race of people, one age group of people, one gender of people, one type of profession of people. No, it's across the board. It's tens of millions of Americans that are failing to reach that objective. So something so common, there has to be a similar solution to their problem. And I'm telling you 100% there is. See, they say 80% of Americans in the wealthiest country in the world can't understand why they're falling behind. We're going to talk about that. Now, you have millions of Americans still continue to look towards corporate America as a solution. I promise you they're not the solution. See, if you spent 4 years to get a college degree, another 2 years to get a master's degree, they're not trying to pay you top dollar for all that you just invested in. They'd rather pay some young kid who just came out of school less money to do what you do plus more. So corporate America typically is not going to provide you a solution to why you're not getting ahead and you're still falling behind. They may be part of the problem. Because millions and millions of Americans now are underemployed, if not unemployed. They're getting right-sized, downsized. You cannot look to the government for a socialistic solution to your capitalistic problem. See, there's an unlimited amount of wealth. America says you can get as much as you want, but millions of Americans are looking for the government to give them more. That's a socialistic solution. So unfortunately, millions are falling short because they're not finding that socialistic solution being delivered. They're voting for people that they believe simply can give them a socialistic solution to a capitalistic problem. See, I think more of the solution lies in getting a better understanding of where we are. Now, what's in it for you to align with us to help you solve that problem? See, we're going to give you some answers to what's keeping millions behind. See, what's in it for you? How can you understand first how inflation is holding you back? Not being able to counter impact of inflation on your dollars. See, we call inflation a silent killer. Most people don't even understand that inflation is sucking their dollars. See, inflation is how we measure the cost of living. And see, when you think about cost of living, you think about, or you should think about, the cost of groceries, the cost of gasoline, the cost of a movie ticket, an airline ticket, a hotel stay, fast food, good food, whole foods, organic foods. See, this is a cost of living, the things we have to spend money on, parking, auto insurance, just to make a living, to provide a quality of lifestyle for our families. Well, inflation grows every year, guaranteed, 3 to 4%. It's going to grow in 2019. The challenge comes if you don't understand that you are falling behind if you are not getting a pay raise on your job. See, your job's responsibility is not your personal financial success. It's your responsibility as a CEO of your finances. Your job's responsibility is not to give you a 3 to 4% pay raise every single year. Now, you may want them to do that and feel they should do that, but it's not their responsibility. It doesn't matter who you're working for. If you're working for the city, if you're working for the state, if you're working for the U.S. government, it is not their responsibility to ensure that your income is growing faster than inflation. If you're working for the private sector, a big name company, a Fortune 500 company, it's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility as a CEO to ensure that your household income grows higher than 3 to 4%. So you as a CEO have to put things in place that it grows no matter what the economic conditions, no matter what your employer says or does, that it grows at least 5% a year. So who are you going to align with to ensure that that happens? See, that's one of the things that we provide, one of the value points that we provide. How do you ensure that your income increases, that the cash flow increases? See, even before your income, actual bottom line income increases, your cash flow that you intake in your household can increase. So, now that you understand the impact of inflation, it causes you to spend more of your dollars even if you didn't get a pay raise. Now you understand that strategy has to be put in place to counter that, and we're going to talk about that. But next, not just inflation you have to be aware of and counter its impact on your dollars, but taxes. See, million Americans aren't numb to it because every time they get their paycheck, they fall victim or prey to it. So you have to say, do I just sit here and continue to have taxes take a third of my income, a third of my valuable dollars that I should be using to grow those assets that we talked about to get you to that second objective of financial independence? Those extra dollars you'd be putting in your retirement account, your 401k, your 403b, your TSP. See, when you get your paycheck, a third of it's already gone. Now here's also a part of the problem with that. Let's use $50,000 a year as your income. and your contract, your employer says $50,000 a year, you anticipate 2 weeks from now you're going to get hired because you agreed. Y'all are in agreement. Well, you immediately start envisioning where you're going to live based on that $50,000, what you're going to drive based on that $50,000. Your credit card limits are going to be based on that $50,000. Your happy hours, what you spend, how you take care and provide for your family, the recreations, their little league, their piano lessons, are all now in your mind going to be based on that $50,000. But you don't have $50,000. You only have $35,000. See, taxes took 1/3 of it. See, me personally, nowhere in my quest to get my computer science degree was that ever a discussion, neither inflation nor taxes. My ROTC classes, Army ROTC, nowhere was inflation and taxes a part of that curriculum. When I went on to take my officer basic course for Signal Corps officer, nowhere was that. I went on to specialty trainings, nowhere was there talk about how do I understand and counter the impact of inflation and taxes on my money so I can retire down the road. I went to a commander's course. I went to officer's advanced course. Nowhere in any of that training, that's high level training compared to most. Nowhere in that training or in those meetings I sat through that talked about real world issues where there talk of inflation and taxes and the role they played on my money and my ability to retire. And I imagine most of you watching this have a variety of careers, a variety of backgrounds with respect to education, and none of those curriculums prepared you for the impact of inflation on your dollars, the impact of taxes on your dollars. Now, you have to agree that both of those have a tremendous impact on your money. We're going to help you put something in place to counter that. But it doesn't stop, because those two now cause you to borrow. You thought you had 50, but now you have 35. But your lifestyle is based on the 50. So now you have to borrow. You're now spending money paying back loans for cars. You're now spending money servicing debt on credit cards. Where does that money come from? Where does the interest payments come from that you're sending to the credit card company? Where do the interest payments come from that you're sending to the car loan or the mortgage? The interest payments come from your paycheck. So as those interest payments come from your paycheck, that's less dollars you have to go into your retirement account. Now, okay, what type of conversations you have with your friends? You guys got together on all these holidays throughout the years. Barbecues, get-togethers, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, sweet 15, sweet 16 parties. Are you having those conversations? Most aren't, but those three obstacles are affecting every single one of you and all of your friends, but nobody's talking about it. That means nobody's actually put a solution in place to counter their impact. You're not learning about it at school. You're not learning it on-job training. You're not learning it most when you get businesses on the side. But they're impacting you every single day of your life. So fortunately, we're here to bring this to the forefront. Those three, because so much of your money is dedicated to those, there's very little money to invest for your retirement. Now here's an important part also I need you to understand. What's in it for you? Most of us, even though we were told to get a good education, to get a job, to put money in our retirement accounts so we retire, were never talked to about that said retirement account. Was never talked to about how much money is going to need to be put in that retirement account so you can do that, retire. Let's start with, because I think this is the easier number, how much money do you need coming in on a monthly basis in order to retire? So what's your financial freedom number? What monthly amount coming in without you having to work would set you free, would get you your 40 to 60 hours back? What is that number? See, because once you had that number, now you know what the annual number is. So let's say, for example, let's say $4,000 a month is a number for you that you could live off comfortably. Now, if it was more than that, then the numbers we're going to go through, you need to be putting more away than that. But let's say just $4,000 a month is your number that you can live comfortably off. Most would say they need a higher number, but for example purposes, that's $4,000 a month. Well, that's $48,000 a year. So now you need $48,000 a year for your financial freedom years to allow you to do what you want to do, get your 40 to 60 hours back. Most people in their traditional education system didn't learn how much they need in the retirement account to pay them $48,000 a year without them having to work, which would pay them their $4,000 a month. So what are you putting in your retirement account every single month, and is that going to be enough? So you're an attorney, so you're an architect, you're an engineer, you're a teacher, a firefighter, police officer, whatever your great and honorable profession may be. How much do you need to be putting away monthly to get to that number, and are you putting enough away? See, if you aren't taught that, what are you putting away for? Is it going to be enough? Can you afford to wait till you're 20 years into your career to realize that there's not enough and then now have to scramble? This is why we're trying to talk to the young. The younger the better. 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds before they go and get their next job. 18-year-olds just starting to work. We're trying to get them that information now. We're trying to get the grandparents and the parents the information because they can reach back now and talk to their young grandchildren, their young children, and start getting them thinking about this information now. And if they can ask the question in their head, they can Google it. They can go to YouTube and find the answer. See, what's in it for you is knowledge specific about finance and money. See, on this same line, see, this isn't a presentation. This is an awareness of what's in it for you. What do you need to understand and realize for you to get free? It doesn't have to come from us, but you have to understand the need, and then you have to get it. See, how much do you need to be putting away? So now let me give you an example. Someone needs $4,000 a month to be free. That's $48,000 a year. Well, they're going to need a little more than $589,000 in their investment account. And then they need to sit that somewhere at 8% and get 8% off of it every single year. That would pay them $48,000 a year, $4,000 a month. So the next question is, how much money do you need to be putting away every single month to get there? For just $48,000 a year, for just $4,000 a month. Now keep in mind, I can't hear you interacting with me, but I can only imagine when I said $4,000 a month, a big percentage of the people that's watching this live on replay said, oh, no, that ain't enough for me. I can't live off that. I need way more than that. I need twice the amount of that. So I want you to keep that thought in mind. So now, a person would need to put $1,000 a month away every single month at 8% interest rate for 20 years. And then that would equal $589,000 and some change. You hear what I said? $1,000 a month into your retirement account. That's growing at an average of 8% a year for 20 years to be $589,000 and some change. And if you took that and put it somewhere at 8%, it would pay you $48,000 a year, $4,000 a month. Now, two things I want to point out. One, many of you said that $4,000 a month is not enough. I heard it subliminally. I heard you say it. Now, that's not the concern. The concern, the number that I really want to bring to your attention, because we weren't taught this thought process, because we weren't taught this type of math, the $1,000 a month is a problem. Forget about the $4,000 a month. Whether someone's making $100,000 a year, $75,000 a year, $30,000 a year, are they putting $1,000 a month away? The masses are not. So if you're not even putting $1,000 a month away at 8%, let's assume you're getting that. If you're not putting $1,000 a month away at 8% and doing it for 20 years, you're not even going to have the $589,000 you need in your account. So if the $4,000 is not enough, that means you would need to be putting even more than $1,000 a month away. So now, just looking at those numbers, just those numbers there, it's easy to realize that only 4% of the working force ever reaches their financial freedom or retirement years. 4%. Because the 96%, although they're highly educated, some make very good incomes, they don't know and they're not putting at least $1,000 a month away for 20 years, an average of 8%, to get the $589,000 in change in their retirement account. And nowhere in their education process are they understanding how money works, compound interest. Do they know how to use a calculator that says, if I put $1,000 a month away at 8%, how much for 20 years, how much would I have? Let alone being able to do it backwards. If they had $589,000 in their account right now, they wouldn't even know where to go look to see if they can possibly put that $589,000 change somewhere. So we provide an online educational system that focuses on financial literacy. See, financial literacy is a must. Financial literacy is understanding $1,000 a month and 8% for 20 years will get you $589,000. And if you put it somewhere at 8%, it would pay you $48,000 a year and give you the $4,000 a month that you need to be free. See, all I did is put a formula in place, the blueprint to where you need to start and get to. You can always tweak the numbers, but the process is what the masses aren't taught. They're given a strategy they need to follow, get an education, get a job, put money away, and down the road you'll be all right, but they're not given the details to the process. Devil is in the details. The financial literacy piece is the detail, and that's what we work on and that's what we talk about. So what's in it for you is the detail, the financial literacy piece that the masses are missing. If you are offering our business to someone, you have to offer from a perspective that what's in it for them, not what's exciting about it for you, what's in it for them based on our economic issues, our economic concerns throughout America. What are those conditions? What are those statistics? See, it's not about MyEcon itself. It's about the knowledge and tools that it provides for you and the vehicles that you're able to provide for someone else to answer their concerns. To answer the question, what's in it for me? What's in it for them? We know what's in it for them now, and we have a solution to help provide it. For example, we know that people need more cash flow. They need more cash flow to invest, to help them get there. They need more cash flow to pay down debt faster, so they got more cash flow to get there. To pay that debt off, so when they go into their financial freedom years, they don't have a mortgage, they don't have car notes, they don't have credit card debt, they don't have college loans. All that's paid off. So now that $4,000 can go to taking care of them and their families. It's not about MyEcon. It's about the tools and the knowledge that MyEcon provides for you. It's about them helping you with what's in it for you and solving those problems. It's about better financial strategies because cash flow is not enough. You don't want your children to become professional athletes and end up broke. Entertainers and end up broke. Doctors, lawyers, teachers end up not having enough after 25, 30 years. So you have to understand the importance of them keeping as much of their cash flow as they possibly can. Early on, starting 16, 17, 18. Keeping an extra $5, $10, $30, $40 in their checks every single month, and then showing them how to make that money work and grow for them at that young age. Now, our system, our online educational system, see, what's in it for you is an online educational system that's going to provide you with knowledge and tools specific to financial literacy and entrepreneurship. Now, I keep throwing in entrepreneurship. Why? Because capitalism is a free enterprise system. And if you have a job that says we're going to pay you $100,000 a year, your system is closed at $100,000. That system says we're paying you 100 and that's it. It's 100 trillion there. But that system guarantees you or says they will only pay you 100 or limits you to 100. So you have to supplement that system, go outside of that system even on a part-time basis, and learn the things you need to learn to operate in a free enterprise system. And you do that as an entrepreneur. So now, you can choose to go from 0 to 100 with no knowledge or skills. By that I mean, you can choose to invest tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to enter the free enterprise system. You can buy your franchise. You can invest tens of thousands of dollars in equipment and software and all this, and then go start a business without getting the knowledge of the economy, the knowledge specific to finance and money that's going to be a factor in you operating that business successfully, the knowledge of how the free enterprise system works. So once you commit to getting that knowledge and understand, then you'll realize that you don't even have to invest that type of money in order to be able to build you a system that not only pays you the $4,000 a month that we talked about, but can pay you 6 figures a month. So more cash flow and better financial strategy. So our income shifting membership is about strategy. About strategies to give you more cash flow. Most people's strategy to get more cash flow is to get another job. Or to get another degree so your current job can pay you more money. Or to work overtime. Our strategies don't require you to do any of those. To do what you do right now with more knowledge, positioned a little differently and apply strategy, get you more cash flow. I'll talk to you exactly how in a second. See, it's not about MyEcon. It's about understanding what are the things you need to understand and do to get to the next level. MyEcon just happens to be the only company that's teaching it, that's providing the resources you need to be able to accomplish it. And the first resource is the knowledge. See, we're not here to talk to you, get you excited about some coffee, some tea, some other product or service, some gizmo. We're here to get you to understand what's in it for you so you can maximize your opportunity in the free enterprise system, the capitalistic system called America. What are the tools that you need that you can apply to benefit you and your family? And it just happens to be delivered to you under the umbrella called MyEcon. The changes that you're going to have in your finances and in your life, MyEcon is not going to do it. You as a CEO are going to do it. You're going to use the knowledge and tools. The same way you use the knowledge you got out of college. The college didn't make you your $50,000. The college gave you some tools, some knowledge that you can now go use to get your $50,000. So MyEcon is not going to give you or make you a 4-figure, 5-figure, 6-figure income. You're going to do that by learning what you need to learn, getting the tools you need to get, and then apply it. See, unfortunately, millions of Americans are on this thing of, because it sounds good, it's cliches. Knowledge is power. No, it's not. It absolutely is not. See, I know absolutely what I need to do to maintain my ideal weight, to get 6-figure abs, to have the best ideal blood pressure, moistness of my skin, optimal health and physical fitness. I know exactly what I need to do. There is nothing powerful about me knowing that. Not one thing. it doesn't become powerful until I start applying that knowledge so that I lean out, so that my body fat goes down, so that I increase my hydration level because of the water I'm drinking. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. So we're going to give you tools that you will use and you will build a six-figure income, not MyEcon. So you have to understand that. The power is not in the company. The power is in you. Now, in addition to the strategies, because we deliver this system on a web-based business, now you get to access that free enterprise system. So now that you're a part of this free enterprise system, now you get to utilize the same principles as Walmart, the same principles as Bill Gates, the same principles that the wealthy use. What am I talking about? See, write down your top 10 wealthiest people or most successful people in your mind in America. And there are 4 wealth principles that they utilize. First principle, business ownership. See, this is about knowledge, not MyEcon, knowledge. Business ownership is the first principle. See, Mark Zuckerberg is worth over $70 billion, not because he provides some software, not because he provides his social media platform, not because he works for Facebook. No, because he's a business owner first. That's the first principle. He could work for Facebook only, and he makes $6 million. But he's a business owner first. Being the business owner has some privileges. 1, yes, it gives you some tax advantages. 2, it gives you the ability to access that free enterprise system as much as you want, or at the level that you desire. But third, this is very important, that when you become a business owner, you now have the ability to own the equity that you build. So me, myself, I've been out of college for over 20 years. I'll just use 20 years as the benchmark. Out of high school and college for over 20 years. Now, that time, if I would have spent all of that time on a job, now many of you watching know people that spent the past 25 years on a job. Somebody's company. Now if it's in the private sector, guess what? You just spent 20 plus years building someone else's legacy. See, you don't own the equity in that company that you worked for all these years. Now that doesn't make the company bad, doesn't make what happened bad. But I want you to understand the importance of the principle of business ownership. Sure, you get to make as much money as you want. Sure, you get some tax advantages. But more important, you get to own the equity in what you build. And when you own that equity, that means you can pass it on from generation to generation. See, the Ford company, the Ford family owns Ford. The Marriott family owns Marriott. So their grandbabies and great-grandbabies get the benefit of it because they get to pass it on. See, so it doesn't matter if you have a parking spot at your job, your name on the door, a plaque on the wall that said Employee of the Year, Manager of the Year. You don't own none of the equity there. So as soon as you become a business owner, you now are positioned to start owning the equity that you build in that business. Now, how you go about building that business is also very important. So when you go about building that business, you can have linear pay in your business, meaning you have to go in yourself, provide products and goods and service to someone in exchange for dollars. So you had to kill to eat. That's linear pay. Or you can have leveraged income. Leveraged income is when you gain the benefit of other people's time, knowledge, expertise, leadership, and money to make money. Sounds strange? 2 things. 1, Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook has 13,000 employees. When those employees go to work, he earns money off of their time, knowledge, expertise, leadership, and money. That's leveraged income. So even if he doesn't go to work, he takes it to the house. He still makes money. The real estate broker, even if he or she doesn't sell or rent a single property, he or she has leveraged income because they make money off every single realtor's sales. That's leveraged income. That's why many people aspire to be a broker as fast as they can so they can make money off other people selling real estate. See, it goes on around you. See, if you had the opportunity, a choice, to be a car salesperson in the largest dealership in your city, would you rather be that car salesperson that makes money off every car you sell, or would you rather own the dealership and make money off all the car salesmen, the sales supervisors, the sales manager, the maintenance department, all of it? See, the owner has a leveraged income system. So not only do we teach you these principles in MyEcon, but we give you the ability to utilize, to build using these principles. So the business income is not going to be just a typical business income. It's going to be a leveraged business income. But the people whose time, knowledge, education, and leadership that you're leveraging are not employees. They're business owners like you, so they get to use the exact same principles. The third principle is royalty or residual income. See, you have to be able to do work one time and your great-grandbabies get paid off of it. See, Marriott built it. Their great-grandbabies get paid off of it. Your phone carrier got you as a customer one time. Now, every single month, they get paid off of you. That's a royalty residual-based type of income. See, those folks that are in the entertainment industry, that own their masters, that have their programs syndicated, that other people are using their music and they're getting paid off of that. That's a royalty or residual-based type of income. See, when you think sell yourself, that's linear. But when you think a system selling, that's leveraged. When you think getting a customer one time and getting paid on that customer over and over and over, that's residual. Our business allows you to do both simultaneously. Now, finally, the fourth principle is a trend. And a trend means that you just have to position yourself to not only provide goods and services to one industry, but multiple industries simultaneously. And then when the next greatest thing come up, you need to be able to add that to your system without ever changing anything that you do. See, this is not about MyEcon. It's about building wealth in the wealthiest country in the world. It just so happens that our system not only teaches it, but gives you the tools to actually apply and do that yourself. Build wealth for you and your family, but you have to understand the process. Understand the principles that your business is allowing you to build, and then the blueprint makes sense to you. Then the system makes sense to you. So I entitled this with them, What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Not MyEcon, a system that empowers you with the knowledge and tools that you need to build wealth for you and your family. Now, I'm just going to breeze through these obstacles, these cash flow strategies. I'm not going to go through them in detail, but I think you understand there's information that you may be missing that you need to align with us to get. The cash flow strategy is centered around, one, correct your tax withholdings. Why? You need as much of your dollars as you can get in order to fund your retirement plan. Fund to buy those assets you need that are going to take care of you. And IRS says 100 million people fill out a form called the W-4 incorrectly. That's 100 million people that we get to provide these tools to that can shift hundreds of dollars back into their paycheck without getting a pay raise from your job specifically, them paying you more money, without you having to work overtime, without having you go get another job, without having you go get another degree, without having you sell stuff, without having you recruit stuff. You getting some knowledge and then applying that knowledge. That's powerful, because then that allows you to shift hundreds of dollars that you're already working for back in your paycheck. The second strategy is building better credit. Why? The higher your credit, the lower your borrowing cost. So now you're paying less for those items that you're borrowing on time, which means that savings stays into your hands so you now can use to buy those assets. So our system not only gives you the knowledge and tools and assistance and support to properly fill out these W-4s to shift the dollars, but our system also gives you a blueprint, a 10-module, 26-video system to help you step-by-step repair, build, and maintain 750-plus credit. So everything you need to increase your cash flow. Minimizing tax is the third one. Remember, one of those obstacles is taxes, losing a third of your income to taxes. So you have to minimize that. You have to lower that. And the way you lower that is increasing your deductions. The way you increase your deductions is you become a business owner. See, business owners automatically have access to over 475 deductions. So when you get our online educational system that we've delivered to you through a web-based business, you now have access to these deductions. More specifically, you now have the ability to convert expenses that you already have. Convert your lifestyle expenses into business deductions, partially tax deductible items now. See, you already have transportation. Once you become a business owner with us, we're going to show you, using the IRS publications, how you need to move about your daily activities to make your car expenses partially tax deductible. Now having the ability to now make your cell phone bill that you're already spending money on partially tax deductible. Your internet access partially tax deductible. It's all designed to help you lower the impact of taxes on your cash flow, on your paycheck. See, you traveled all of 2018. You already have in your mind some traveling you're going to do in 2019. So by positioning yourself as an entrepreneur, you get to do tax planning, tax strategies to plan out these travels, these trips, such that now they become business deductions, partial business deductions. So once we provide you with a business, we show you how to operate that business with a profit intent. We show you how to document all these expenses, so now you're capturing these expenses to lower your taxable income, which helps you save on your taxes, thousands of dollars a year. Many of you have the ability to save thousands of dollars a year, but not if you don't change what you're doing, change how you're positioned. So it's not about MyEcon. It's about you getting access to knowledge and tools that you may not already have. That's what's in it for you. Access to some knowledge and some tools that you may not already have, and then how do you apply these tools to help minimize your taxes, giving you more dollars to build, buy, and grow those assets that's going to give you your 40 to 60 hours back. The next one is, and also on this one, we're giving you the software on your smartphone to keep track of all these expenses. We're giving you a debt elimination software that walks you through how do you prioritize your debt. Now you know, right now, especially this time of year, there are millions of Americans, because of Christmas shopping, that have taken their credit card limits way up, or their balances way up. Now, because they don't understand credit, that's why our credit system is so important, their credit score is going to dip. All you got to do now is go ahead and pull your credit report. Your credit score dipped. You want to know why your credit score dipped? Because a part of your credit score is credit usage. See, most people are led to believe that disputing items is the only way they're going to bring their credit score up. No, bring your balance down brings your credit score up, because 30% of your score is credit usage. So millions of Americans took their credit usage up. They're utilizing a large percent of their credit, so now their credit score is going to suffer. So it's imperative that you start eliminating that debt faster. Well, now most people, even though they spend all this extra money during the holidays, their pay didn't go up. They have no more money now after the holidays to put towards debt than they did before the holidays. So how are they supposed to suddenly start paying that debt down to help bring their score back up, to help get more of their cash flow? It doesn't happen. But you understand our system shifts hundreds of dollars back into their pay. They now have the dollars that they need to pay the debt down faster. So our debt elimination strategy shows you how you have a cash flow that you got from shifting dollars, that you got from business income. And now you can help eliminate that debt faster. So when you're eliminating that debt, you're getting more cash flow. The last thing, and then I'm done, because you clearly would have enough knowledge or information to know if what's in it for you with respect to what we provide is enough for you to say, I want it. You know that or not? You know right now, if I've given you share some things with you, that one, you didn't know before, and that two, you find a value that you gotta have. All right? The last one is this. How do you take this cash that you shifted, this cash that you got back from eliminating your debt? How do you take that cash, turn it into an asset that brings you more cash? Enough cash that you no longer have to work. That's that second objective. Cash, asset, cash. Remember, the masses weren't even taught to know how much money they need to put away on a monthly basis to get to this imaginary number down the road so they can get free. So that has to be learned. So what we said was it's very important that we become the one-stop shop for personal financial success. So we incorporated investment education. We start with terminology. What's the language of money? And then strategy. See, what's a stock? What's a bond? What's an annuity? What's a note? What's a real asset? What's a commodity? What's compound interest? Does it work for me? What's it against me? What's a mutual fund? How do you set up an investment account? So what's the language of money? How do they all work? Now it's not intimidating once you know how it works. Now once you know how it works, you know how to employ strategies that will give you the best return on your investment, that will give you the biggest bang for your dollar, whether investing in the market, whether it's buying a business or some sort of asset and make it grow for you. You'll then, as you learn more about money, you'll then learn the importance of owning a piece of America. That how you can, instead of buying an Easter outfit for your son or your daughter, your granddaughter, how you can buy them a share of Nike stock, for example. Now, anytime anybody around the world buys a pair of Nike Air Jordan, they make your grandbaby, your son or daughter, money. So you own a piece of America. Own a piece of the companies that you're buying their products. Own a piece of the company that provides the red bottom shoes, the Mercedes, and all those things that we buy. Now that you understand the importance of getting your dollars back, strategies that you can use, this knowledge has value. This knowledge is going to help you increase your cash flow. This knowledge is going to help you if your credit score starts with a 3, 4, 5, or 6. It's going to help you repair, build, or maintain 750 plus credit yourself. It's going to help you. This system is going to help you save thousands of dollars on your taxes in 2019. See, this knowledge has value. It's going to help you put a system in place to ultimately get debt free. It's going to give you the knowledge specific to finance and money. See, we already have hours of archived videos, trading videos on investments, how investments work. So that's what you get in this system. That's what's in it for you. So once you know what's in it for you, you just have to decide, is it value there? What does it cost you to get this system? See, before you know the earning potential, look what it gets you first. $49.95 gets you this system that I talked about. $49.95. Now it's going to take you more than a month to learn everything. So to keep this educational system active, after 30 days, it costs you $34.95 a month to keep this system active so you can continue to use the tools, continue to learn. Now, if it was only an educational system, that'd be still enough value to justify you spending less than $50 to get access to the system and less than $35 a month to keep maintaining that system so you can learn. Just on the education perspective. See, in the course of a year, that's less than $450 that you would have spent for this education system, if it was an education system alone. See, I'd imagine that the value you just got and how much time you spent watching this was far more value than a $450. Because I maintain, for many of you, a very large percentage of you that's watching this, and nobody's there with you, so you don't have to say yay or nay. You know it in your heart of hearts that the value that you just got and that you would be able to get for $49.95, less than $50, is far more valuable than what you got in your 4 years of college, in your master's degree that you invested in, with respect to that information helping you get free. So the $450 you would have spent totally in 12 months with this system has far more value to you getting free than what you spend on your architectural degree. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about earned income, I'm talking about getting free. Now, fortunately for you, it's not just an educational system. We deliver through an online business. So that means that $450, you know, the $50 up front, $49.95, and then the $34.95 a month, which is about $1.16 a day, is 100% tax deductible. And it gives you the ability to earn income as you share it. You can earn up to $35 doing it yourself and up to $20 as other people help, $25 as other people share the information as a part of your organization. Will you have to recruit some people? No. You'll have to share some information with some people. If they want it, they want it. Like if you're watching this and you're not a part of our company, I'm not recruiting you. You either see the value, you see something in it for you, or you don't. If you do, you're going to get it. I don't have to sell you on it. I don't have to sell you on your dollars, just like you don't have to sell someone else on their dollars. I don't have to sell you on improving your credit score yourself, just like you don't have to sell someone else on it. But recruiting, yeah, because you want to have a leveraged income. Because you want to empower other people. When you empower other people to become entrepreneurs, the company compensates you for that and gives you a percentage of their earnings. Or I should say a percentage of the revenue that they send to the company because you referred it directly or indirectly. That's upfront money. So we have people making an extra $300 a month. To an excess, an extra $300 a week. To an excess of $15,000 a week. Some people make an extra $500 a month. To an extra $100,000 a month. This is a leveraged system. We've been in this for 13 years. People apply the principles over and over again. So that's upfront money. But every membership that gets sold, that people buy, going to make you up to $8 a month residual income. How many people can you help directly or indirectly? How many people can you empower directly or indirectly out of the 100 million that have their W-4 filled out incorrectly? Out of the 68 million that have bad credit? Out of the millions that want to lower their taxes because they don't like how much tax is coming out of their check? Out of the hundreds of millions that have been trying to get to retirement that can't? That have been looking for a blueprint to get to retirement but haven't found one? Well, all of those people that you empower directly, indirectly, you will be compensated for up front and then pay the residual income month after month after month. So you build a significant upfront income as well as a residual income. $49.95 gets you access to everything I just said. If you find something out there that's more valuable and less than $50, go spend it on that. You either see that what I've shared with you has value to you or not. So what's in it for you? Less than $50 and access to all these resources and support to help get your finances and your knowledge to the next level. Upfront income, royalty and residual income, and a system that helps you solve the financial strategies and financial problems and concerns that people have. Inflation's impact on your dollars. Taxes impact on your dollars. Debts impact on your dollars. And inadequate investings and savings impact on your future. So I want to thank you for taking time out to, if you're watching this live, I hope you was able to take some notes or get some nuggets that can motivate you to invest in you. You won't be investing $49.95 in MyEcon. You will be investing it in you. So I don't want you to look at this as like, well, the person that told me to come here, they need me to do this. No, they don't. They already have access to this valuable information that the masses need. They didn't invite you to see this because they needed you. They invited you to see this so you can look at it from what's in it for me. What's in it for you of the system that we're providing. I just believe that whether you're at the 30,000 year spectrum, the 200,000 year spectrum, whatever age group you're in, whatever profession that you have, whatever gender you are, that this is the best investment that under $50 that you can invest in yourself that can give you a return that you really can't even imagine yet. You can see it benefiting you, but you really, until you get inside, you can't even imagine the type of return you can give you on your investment. So, thank you very much. Monday night, for those who are in the company, our co-founder, Ivy Stokes, will be doing our normal Monday night webinar, and he's going to be releasing and talking about all the new and wonderful things that have been implemented starting today that benefit you and your business. And guess what? If you're a guest, you have time between now and Monday to get in business with whoever invited you on this Facebook Live or whoever invited you to watch the replay. It's your call. You either want to be in part of it and get the information and apply it to your life and let the knowledge become powerful to you because you're applying it, or you don't. Totally up to you. We're fine either way, but we would love for you to join us. So thank you all. I'm glad some of you were able to get on. I know it's Saturday. Many of us use our Saturdays to do some of the things that we weren't able to do during the week. So you see some of the writing on the back. Myself and Steve, we've been here, crunching, learning, sharing ideas. We've been doing all the things that, we need to do. I've been sharing what I know, and again, helping them understand how to present this from a perspective of what's in it for the person that we're talking to. Because I promise you, that is exactly how they're looking at it. When they're listening to your words, everything that you say to them that's not about what's in it for them is like blah, 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 blah. They're only listening to the things from their perspective, what's in it for me. So I encourage you to learn this information. You're a part of MyEcon from a perspective of how you can show people what's in it for them. What value can it bring to their life? Not what value it brought to you. That's your testimony on how it benefits you. But what value can it possibly bring to them? So thank you to everybody who got on, or thank you to everybody who took their valuable time to watch the replay of this. We can never give you that time back, so we truly appreciate you spending the time to listen to the information, and we hope you found it time well spent. So you guys take care, and lock arms with the person that invited you onto this. Let them take you to their website, get enrolled, get the system, and let's go empower tens of thousands of people with this information. You guys take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will. Take care.